Prince Louis is well known for his adorable on-camera antics, so it was no surprise that a reporter from The List captured an exclusive video of the young prince acting silly after his grandfather's coronation. Here's just the latest reason Louis makes us smile. The coronation of King Charles III was an hours-long affair filled with customary religious ceremonies, stoic troops, and lengthy speeches. By the end of it all, King Charles donned the St. Edward's crown. He is now officially recognised as the newest monarch of Great Britain, and his wife Camilla, Queen Consort. The seriousness of the historic event meant guests, especially the royal family, were to remain on their best behaviour. Any young child, even a royal prince, would be ready to let loose and have fun after that. Throughout the ceremony, William, Prince of Wales, and Catherine, Princess of Wales, seemed to have done their duty in reminding their children that they had to be respectful during the event. However, there was still a couple of adorably funny moments. But once the royal family was leaving the coronation, Louis just couldn't help himself from having a bit of fun. As the coronation ceremony ended, royal guests climbed into their coaches and departed for their next location. Prince William and Princess Kate climbed into one with their children. The List reporter filmed as the coach rode by against the backdrop of a cheering crowd beaming with joy over the popular royal family. That's when our reporter noticed something funny happening inside the carriage. Prince Louis seemed to want to have some fun with his onlookers. The 5-year-old turned his head away from the crowd before whipping back around, making a silly face at everyone watching. He then spun his head around again and made a few more funny expressions in quick succession. According to our reporter's exclusive observations, the crowd absolutely loved this impromptu game of peekaboo with the young prince. The British public is more than familiar with Louis's adorable antics, as witnessed by him stealing the show at the Platinum Jubilee celebration.
His mother told him if he kept it up, his face would stick that way.
Of course, we've come to expect nothing less from the playful prince. Prince Louis's game of peekaboo might have been an effort to wake himself up after having to sit still for a long period of time. It was more than evident that the youngest Prince of Wales was growing bored during the formal ceremony. There were certain points where his eyes drifted towards the ornate ceiling of Westminster Abbey. He also shared a whisper or two with his sister, Charlotte, Princess of Wales, and pointed out things of interest around the crowded room. But it was his no-holds-barred yawning that really captured the attention of the media, not to mention the rest of the worldwide audience. The yawning was made all the more hilarious when Louis did not even attempt to cover his mouth. He was growing bored, after all, and the world might as well know it.
Prince Louis, once again, you may have seen in that service, in the ceremony, stealing the show.
It was a funny moment that some found endearing, but apparently that wasn't a sentiment shared by everyone in the room. According to Page 6, a nanny was on hand to carry the prince away in case he showed signs of unruly behaviour that might interfere with the ceremony. He did, in fact, leave the front row for a short stint before reappearing a little while later. To us, it was definitely a relatable moment that gave us "Mum, I'm ready to leave the family reunion" vibes.